Welcome to Showtime 49. Welcome to Showtime 49.
What's good, YouTube? We back here again. Week 2 W. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna keep it honest. It wasn't the prettiest W in my eyes, but nonetheless, it was a W. So we're gonna rock with that. Matter of fact, let's just hop right into it, man. First, I want to start off with Brandon Ayuk. As we all saw today, my guy got injured. Now, it looked like it was a neck, shoulder, something around that area, like on the left side. So when I seen him go down, me and my cousin was watching the game. We were thinking like, okay, maybe he might, come back next game or something like that. But my cousin also instantly said, Kyle Shanahan, we know how he is. If you look like you're good to go, especially if you want to go, and we know Ayuk is a dog, so he's not gonna say no. No player that really is about anything is gonna say no. He's gonna put him in. And that's what he did. I mean, he put him right back in the game. And we all saw what happened after that. I mean, his very next catch, he went right back down to so bad that his own teammate couldn't even help him up. He didn't even want the help. Well, what are we doing here? Like Brandon Ayuk is supposed to have like another breakout season, better than last year. He's trying to eclipse his 1,000-yard season that he had last year. He's trying to prove to y'all that he's a real one. He's consistent, that he's a tough dog out here. He really is wide receiver one quality. Hey, man, he's proven his worth. But I feel like us having him out there throughout the game was more so a decoy because it was clear he wasn't 100%. That pass that dropped, that got reviewed, that they called a catch at first, if Brandon Ayuk was his normal Brandon Ayuk self, then he would have caught that pass. And I'm pretty sure we all know that. So we just got to hope that everything is good with Brandon and that he's not going to be in a whole bunch of pain because we only got 4 days. We play on Thursday. We play the Giants on Thursday. And a quick side note, we know with the Giants, Saquon got injured today. So we're going to be playing them most likely without Saquon. I'd be shocked if he played. Because if you saw that injury, it didn't look that good. I mean, the report came out better than what it looked like. But I don't know who could go through that and be ready to play against the Niners in 4 days. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, but we're gonna move on from Brandon Ayuk because we know that we need him. He is literally a vital piece because he is the best route runner on this team. Let's get to Brock Purdy. So his numbers, they look cool. They was decent. 206 yards passing. There's a debate whether he should have a touchdown or not because that one that he did throw it to Debo. It was behind the line of scrimmage, but he threw it overhand pass to Debo and he caught it. And the one Debo ran in, they called an 11-yard rushing touchdown. So I don't know. The stats say it's not a touchdown for Purdy, then it is what it is. So that means Purdy ended up with 0 touchdown passes today and 1 rushing touchdown, which is, we know, he was just on the line and it just went through. Now, Purdy missed some passes out there today. He left some points on the board. Now, we still scored 30. And thank God we have a good team, right? Because if you ask me, Purdy didn't have his greatest game today. I mean, what Purdy can do is great. It's good things. Like I'm confident in Brock Purdy. He's clearly had other good games last year. The reason why we're even at this point where he's our QB1. But today was pretty interesting because when Brandon Ayuk did come back into the game, Ayuk routed the man per the usual, hit him with a double move. Purdy overthrew him, which to me looked like it was probably going to be a touchdown. Then that would have been pretty awesome for Brandon Ayuk to go through his injury scare and come back and catch a touchdown. But that's an overthrow. Okay. He also overthrew. He also overthrew Debo. Now, that was a layup, bruh. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, these are points being left on the board. That throw reminded me so much of Jimmy Garoppolo. And we all saw Jimmy G today stink the place up. He should have had 3 picks. He's the same old Jimmy, but we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about Brock Purdy. And I'm bringing Jimmy up because I'm seeing some of those traits. Now, I'm not saying he's Jimmy G, because I believe Brock Purdy is better than Jimmy G. I believe he's way more mobile. I believe he's smarter in the pocket. His footwork is better. I honestly believe that, he's a little bit more of a gunslinger than Jimmy is. Jimmy's accurate, and I believe Brock is accurate. But I'm a little worried because of that deep ball, man. I mean, we said that Brock doesn't have an arm, and just because you overthrow a person doesn't mean like, oh, look, he has the arm to do it. No. Having a deep ball means you can throw a deep ball accurately. Being all over the place, whether it's underthrown or overthrown or too far to left or right or whatever, that means you're not good at throwing the deep ball. And it's a pretty clear limitation. But he does so many other things so well that we might be able to be okay and skate by with it. But last time I checked, man, it's pretty much elite quarterbacks that win Super Bowls. And aren't we here for that? We're here for a Super Bowl only. It's like Super Bowl or bust for the Niners. If you're a real Niners fan, you know that. It is what it is. And the limitations of Brock Purdy worries me. Those throws were there. They were easy throws. And he missed them to the point where they didn't have a chance to even get it. It reminded me of the Jimmy G pass, I'm telling you, to Emmanuel Sanders in the Super Bowl. It looked just like it. That worries me. But overall, he had a cool game. I wouldn't call it great. I wouldn't even call it too good. I said it was all right. He played all right. Now, he can't be perfect and play all great every week, and I understand that. So that's why I'm giving him a pass. We're just going to be like, all right, Brock, this wasn't the greatest game for you. As long as I don't see these consistent games like this, then I'm all right. We got the W. We still scored 30 points, and that's why I said thank God for our team. Moving on from Brock. Speaking of team, let's talk about this defense. I got an issue with this defense. It's not like we're not good enough to win. It's not like we don't have the boys and the dogs on the squad to really be out here shutting fools out and do what we need to do. But we were playing against Matthew Stafford today, and he was picking us apart. Mainly because of the defense that our corners were playing. Why was everybody so far off? They were like 8 to 10 yards off. And I mean, Matthew Stafford was just taking advantage of it all day long. We were either in zone and our DBs are just 8 to 10 yards off of the receiver. So all they're doing is little dig routes and little quick cut routes all day long. We're letting the dude who he was shining last week, Puka Nacua, we're letting him go off. Why? These are like open passes. I don't get it. It was like we were playing prevent defense while winning the game. Like this, I don't know what that was. I wasn't thrilled about our defense at all today. The person that saved it at the end was Deommodore Lenoir, but he didn't have a great game either. They was going at him too. A lot. I mean, Mooney Ward, they were going at him. I didn't understand the reasoning why we had to have so much distance between our pressure and their receivers. They clearly were taking what the defense was giving them, which was quite a few yards. Matthew Stafford threw 55 pass attempts today. Well, I mean, why would you stop passing? Why? I wouldn't stop passing if the defense kept doing the same thing dang near the majority of the game. That game didn't have to be that close. The times where we actually brought some pressure and played up, how do you think that pick happened? It wasn't because we was playing that same defense we had been playing all game. It's because we brought some pressure and we had our DBs push up. Matthew Stafford threw an errant pass while he was under pressure. We know Matthew Stafford will do this when he's under pressure. Why weren't we bringing pressure? And if you were to, bring the DBs up. So that way, when he makes a quick decision, we have people right there, ready and waiting. But no, we didn't do that. We just let him sit around and hang around and hang around and almost scare us a little bit. I hope they get this together soon, man, because week 5 going to be here quick. And that's the Cowboys. And we all waiting for that. Their defense is looking good, monstrous. Micah Parsons, he's looking great. Now Nick Bosa is getting double teamed all the time, but we saw him get in there a couple of times today. But we're not seeing those sacks. Like he hasn't. I don't think he's had a sack in like the last 5-6 games or something like that. If we date back to last year, so we got to figure something out here because this man just got the bag. And I'm going to need to see some performances that prove that bag. I know the bag is from what you've done for us. But as we know, what have you done for me lately? And I'm going to need Nick Bosa to come on out here and start wrecking some stuff up because we know you can. We know how awesome you are. We know can't nobody stop you one-on-one. So we're going to have to figure out some line adjustments, some movements, something, because they double teaming this man every time. And it's not fair to him. And it's not giving us actual production that we need because clearly Matthew Stafford had all day today and was able to make his quick decisions and pick us apart. But all in all, we still got the W, still won by 7. So, hey, I'm proud of my team. We did what we had to do. Every win isn't pretty. Sometimes it gets a little ugly, and today it was a little ugly and a little scary. So I'm going to give them a pass, though, including you too, Brock Purdy. We're going to holler at y'all on the next one. We're going to see what's popping.